all of that, of course not come back to the States with it, but take all of that, and if there was someone on one of the islands there, a local, that could turn that trash and
Into like
make
artwork and stuff like that.
artwork and stuff for tourism, and they could actually sell it there for tourism, made by these islanders or a local artisan. I just think that would be perfect way. And the driftwood, oh my gosh. And talk about one of the coolest things I thought um, was um, coconuts, fresh coconuts. Some of the locals just climbed the tree and would go grab a coconut, cut it down, and then open it up for you there with a machete or gun or knife. I mean, and I'd just get to drink right out of the fresh coconut. It was
That's cool.
amazing.
Yeah, that's neat.
Oh, and one other thing, the boat that we were on is also a fish charter boat, and so I got to deep sea fish for the first time.
Ooh, how'd you
And I
do?
caught a tuna. I caught a tuna. A
Tuna.
tuna.
Very nice.
It
Very
was
nice.
fun.
We
It's amazing.
we do have a question in chat. Rob wants to know if you got to go to the Mayan ruins at all.
I did not, because we were filming and uh, working on other projects, and I did take some time to do that. I did not, although I will say this much, that I did find some pottery. I left it on the island, though. I didn't bring it back. It didn't feel right. But um, I did find some, pretty sure it's Mayan pottery.
That's cool.
That was cool. Um, it would be nice to have gotten to go. I did meet a local man there that was it was really neat. He had a collection of these, I'm assuming they were Mayan, I'm not for sure. But these stones that he had in his private collection that were found, that were carved, you can tell they're ancient stones that were carved faces and stuff. It was really cool.
That is
So
really
much history. Everything from Mayan to, I recently saw something of another race of people that they just found on one of the Honduran islands. I saw a video about it. It's really interesting. And then I think there were even some Aztecs. And then, of course, there were pirates. So the pirate history there is flipping crazy, amazing. So just so much history. And, oh, my gosh, gorgeous butterflies and all this wildlife and lizards and iguanas and you name it. It truly, I mean, I could totally see myself retiring someplace like that. Totally.
It sounds like a dream to go to, quite
That would
honestly.
definitely, yeah.
So you got to go fishing, you
Yeah.
got beach combing, you got metal detecting. Um, did you get to go in the water and do any like snorkeling or anything like that while you were there too?
I did not snorkel, although, oh, I got to tell y'all the funniest story. It just reminded me of it. So when I got there, we're in line, and I didn't realize that Roatan Island is like one of the biggest areas where people come from all over there to dive. And so I'm standing in line, and this man in front of me starts just talking to me, him and his wife, and everybody's asking, why we're there, because I had overheard him talking. He was there with a bunch of friends that are going to go be diving, and so we were talking about the diving and stuff, and he said, well, why are you here? And so I told him, and he's like, oh, cool. And then I told him I have a YouTube channel, and he goes, oh, wow. He said, well, my nephew has a YouTube channel. And I said, oh, what is it? And he said, Man Plus River. And I go, oh, Dallas. And I'm sure some of our listeners know who that is, Man Plus River, if they've ever watched Dallas. And he lives in the Austin area, not far from where I used to live. And some of his haunts were some of my favorite haunts, too. They're in the Guadalupe River and area. Well, anyway, he goes, yeah, that's my nephew. And he goes, oh, man, you need to meet my friend over here. They have a YouTube channel as well. And so the line, we're waiting to go through customs and all that and show our passports. We're waiting in this long line. This is once we were on the island. And so this couple comes around, and he says, hey, guys, this is Gypsy Jules. Or no, he says, hey, guys, I want you to meet someone. And the guy stuck his hand out, and he goes, I thought that was you. He said, Gypsy Jules, I follow you on Instagram. And I was like, oh, how cool is that? What a small world. And anyway, and so I think it's called Trip Dive, I think is the name of his Instagram and YouTube, I think. Anyway, and they do a little bit of underwater metal detecting with one of the little bitty small handheld ones. But anyway, gorgeous. Oh my gosh. But that's what reminded me is the underwater when you ask about snorkeling. Some of the underwater footage they got there was just insane because the water's so crystal clear you can see everything, down there.
That's cool.
But that wasn't even the first time. So they said that they recognized me all the way back in Dallas before I flew out. Because we were standing in line there.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the airport, but they weren't for sure if it was me. And then when we got there, and then he was, about to, introduce, he's like, anyway, so then this is the trippy part. So of all things, after we get through the line and we get in the cab, and they're like, hey, we need to go to the grocery store. They've got this little local store you can go to, and we need a few necessities like eggs and coffee, etc. Just a few things to have and snacks to have at the place we were staying at, the house we were staying at. So we went in there and we were walking around and got the food, went back to the house and put it away and all that. And so later that evening, we were on the beach. We were at this little restaurant / little hut thing right there on the beach. With there's a little bar there. And we're sitting there, and I get this notification, and I looked at it, and I had this message that came through my website. And I looked at it, and I'm like, I saw the name Colin on it. And I'm like, making sure, because, my oldest son's name is Colin,
yep,
that they weren't trying to reach me or something. I actually had really good reception down there. Anyway, so I saw that it said Colin, so I opened it, and this guy, in fact, let me see if I can open it real quick. I'll read it to y'all. It's really funny. So just give me 1 second here. Where are you, Colin? Oh, gosh. Sorry, I got a lot of messages. I know it's here.
And this wasn't planned. This is all impromptu.
No, yeah. Okay, so here it is. Uh, so he says, I am in Roatan, and I could swear I just saw you or your doppelganger in Eldon's on the West End. Thought I would say hi and thanks for the videos, even if it's not you. And
That's
so I said, hi there. I said, hi there. It's me staying in West End and blah, 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 blah. Thanks for saying hi, Gypsy. And then he says, wow, we're staying there at the blah, 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 blah place. And he says, I'm happy to buy you a drink for all your videos that you've given me. And I told him where we were at and where we were hanging at. So him and his wife came by,
Oh, that's cool.
and it was so cool. And they took pictures with me. And then of all things, we're talking, and he says, so we're talking. His name is Colin. You know, my oldest
Hmm.
son is Colin. And then next thing I know, he says, yeah, something about his brother, and his brother's name is Cameron,
Huh.
which
Yeah.
happens to be my youngest son's name. Then he goes on to say his son is waiting back at the where they were staying, and his son's name is Phoenix. Well, we just named our business Phoenix Discount Depot,
Oh, that's
which is
fun. That's
trippy. I was just tripping all the synchronicities. It was just crazy. But go all the way to flipping Roatan and get recognized at a grocery store. It was a trip. Just
that
a
is
trip.
that is. It's a lot of coincidences there.
Yeah, yeah. Crazy.
Well, it sounds like a
Well, enough.
wonderful time, and we're glad to have you back, and hopefully you can get some rest before you get at it again, which I'm sure you're bound to be doing here soon. I know, I know you also uploaded two shorts to YouTube. I saw both of those.
I did. Hopefully I'll be getting in the next couple days. Tomorrow's our kind of open house thing.
Yep.
So
Yeah, your grand
after
opening.
that stuff settles down, I'm hope to get a video out, and then after that, also more info about my hunt coming up, which I've gotten some more stuff in for the hunt. So
Woo.
I'm really excited to share some stuff. And I think I already said that Debbie's coming from Mine Lab. So and we're going to be doing a night hunt now. Um, so, and Mine Lab will be hosting that. And then I talked to Garrett. We'll also be throwing in some prizes for that night hunt as well. So it's going to be epic.
It's awesome.
Um,
I still have a big
anyway,
box of stuff I'm sending you.
oh,
I just
awesome.
I just
I
keep
cannot
adding
wait.
things. I keep adding things. I'm cleaning up the rec room right now with all the relics and putting things together. And I've been so there's a store a couple towns over from me that's called Mercury Crow, and
Ooh,
I've offloaded a lot of, I'm always constantly picking up the little mini bottles, and I have a box of like porcelain shards and pieces that are going to an artist that's on YouTube and Facebook that I know, but I like that box is entirely full, so I started another box. Well, um, the lady who owns Mercury Crow works with a jeweler, and they love doing making jewelry out of them as well. So I don't know, like a 5 pound bag of shards and broken pottery with pictures and designs and stuff. And so I've kind of offloaded a whole bunch of stuff because you look around, there's only so many places to put stuff, and I don't know. I know some really neat things could be made with it. It's just one of those deals where I'm like, I don't want to leave it on the ground or wherever I found it.
right.
And knowing that I know I could see the potential there, but just not having the time myself to do anything with it. So I have partnered with her over there, And so if you're looking for kind of some neat stuff, and you're in, let's see, what town are they?